Alright, okay. I'm just testing stuff right now. Hold on. There we go. Alright. Stuff should be good. Maybe PG Artane. Now, I have read the first two notes here. I have not gone past 3. From what it looks like, this is a pretty long one, so I'm gonna do is like at least like a 1-2 hour stream. With hopefully computer doesn't lag and I still need to replace this thing. I need to get a new computer. I'm aiming toward to do like a 1 hour and 30-minute stream, so around like 10:30 p.m. CST. If I'm not in a mission, I'll stop there. So let's get to it. I do have to warn you, my allergies are going crazy. Oh my god, that sounds so good. Alright. Oh. It's so weird seeing an old model next to a new model. This happened with Lee chapter 21. I streamed that. So if you haven't seen that, I'd usually just go and watching that and I'll be reading this. Anyone who has turned 18 and has no major criminal record can make friends with people using Gessalt's magic system. In a society increasingly connected through communication rather than personal relationships, providing convenience for citizens to communicate is our duty. Isn't it our job to bridge gaps for strangers so they can break out of their cold circles? This Trilliard, who has been actively promoting civilian use of certain Gesalt functions. Gesalt what magic system, huh? I have the perfect voice. I'm gonna start making like the best impression I give of Solid Snake. I'm giving to Watanabe here. I love Watanabe. Watanabe was going down this off English. Watanabe was going to turn down this off. Being one of those who aren't entirely familiar with breaking out of their old circles to make friends with these strangers. Establishing one's identity before communication is deeply ingrained. It's a deeply ingrained habit since primitive times and isn't easy to break. Might as well try. Not bad if you end up with a couple of friends, no? I mean, none of your friends from school or the racing club chose to become soldiers, did they? How'd you know that? How'd you know? I didn't even know your life was so rich until Billard told me. Did you look into me? Watanabe looks at Billard. I'm gonna mispronounce these names, butcher these names, I'm sorry. In disbelief. I'll, I could have it, and you didn't expect to hide it. You never told me any of this, so I was actually quite surprised when I first learned about these things. I'm just glad you didn't turn into one of those people. You shave both sides of the head, paint their eyes black, and wear clothes that look splattered with paint. That's quite a huge mix of several generations worth of stereotypes right now. But you'll definitely need friends if you're going to try to go down this path of your own choosing. Which is why you want to give the result a try. Just give it a Just give it a shot. Through his terminal, Watanabe accesses the magic system. It breathes. Dear citizen, hello and welcome to the Digital Program. You are exercising your legal rights under Chapter 3, Article 291 of the Citizen Welfare Act. Please read the following terms and proceed after confirmation. Watanabe quickly strolls through the long privacy. Yeah, you never read the terms and conditions. I'm sorry, I also do that. Retrieving citizenship database. This will take a few minutes. Confirming information. Matching. Before the AI says another word, Watanabe interrupts it with the confirm button. Matching complete. Would you like to enable privacy mode? Sure, since you'll be interacting with strangers, no? Understand. Privacy mode enabled. Thank you for using the Gestalt matching system. Enjoy yourself. After a brief system tone, a greeting comes through the speaker. Hello, can you hear me? "5 days have passed since Watanabe's birthday, and he's ready to head to the Oasis new recruit training trip. The series of modern training camps in the desert, and Watanabe is heading to the second squad. Sorry, I can't see you off. It's okay. I'm not going to kindergarten. Seeing familiar family members after the military has been a long-standing tradition in the family. I believe you'll have what it takes to cope with whatever comes your way, but I'll still be blessing you from above. Never thought I'd hear something so sappy coming from you, Dad. I'll just talk this up to you being sentimental out in space. Wait for my good news. Yeah. After ending the silent call, Watanabe is about to put his suitcase on the luggage rack. And someone beside him lent a hand. Thanks. Whoosh. You're welcome. The person sits back in their seat. The person looks familiar, but Watanabe can't seem to recall who they are, no matter how hard he tries. Are you reporting for duty at the Oasis too? While the person seems young, they seem well trained by Bellard himself. Watanabe seems the same aura. Sorry, I cannot take the word aura right anymore due to the modern lingo. And I keep thinking of the that one video of Junwu's Farman aura, the Odyssey World skit is made me laugh so hard. Since the same aura in the way this person carries themselves. Yes, well, sort of. I mean, I'm actually on my way there to see someone. Why do I have to deal with this on my first day? Watching Navi's brief encounter with the stranger doesn't make a significant impression on him, but happens after he arrives at camp is enough to mark the day as usual. Enough with you. I'm gonna give my regular voice for this guy. Enough with BS. Either you get in the simulation pod yourself, or I'll tie you up and put you in. I'll write you a report. Worst comes to worst. No one bothers reading those things anyways, though. So I usually just ask my lieutenant to write them. So, well, Seaballer trained you for 8 years, huh? Want to show me what you got? I fully expect my computer to struggle a bit here because I'm having multiple things going off and CPU kind of sucks. So, until those screens will take a bit. I love this CG so much. It reminds me of that Yu-Gi-Oh scene in episode 1 of the original series, of season 1 of the original series, Duel Monsters.
頑張れ、新平。
So this is the virtual training simulator trace. Everything is so weird, funny. Forget it, make it quick. Too slow. Did you fall asleep on the way? Okay, you guys can read the subtitles. I'm not gonna say this stuff unless it's very important or like stuff like that. I just wanted to. I'm just gonna only say what Nabi's and stuff like that. Hi, good boy. I like how arrogant you are. Or I'm gonna. Okay, I'm gonna read them. Take this. Anyways, I'm gonna have to get used to this controls back then. Okay. Okay. Sorry, it's been a bit on the controller. Ouch. Now Wombo combo. Is it? We're gonna rush. Yeah. Uh, they seem to have definitely. What's going on? Huh. They, Instructor and me? When is it? What? Sneak attack? System log out. Didn't work. Oh, I feel a lot stronger. I love it. I can definitely kick my own ass. Oh, the music. Alright, nice. Hey, rookie. Even in complete darkness, once now we can see the world around him shaking violently. Fighting himself won't get in touch with Daddy. He feels a burning pain. He renewed the injuries sustained as he learned to care so much coming back to the real world, but he recalls what. Yeah, it's worse. Yeah. But he recalls that he was hurt worse than just his face. Wait a second. What are you trying to do? Her that speaking now sounds shocked. Watanabe recognizes this voice. I'm gonna give it another try since I figured I didn't go hard enough just now. I'll go get the medic. Don't hurt him any more than you have before the doctor gets here. What's that supposed to mean? Hey, glad to see you're awake. Right then, Watanabe sees the instructor's big face and muscular arms and his half-raised hand. What are you doing? I was trying to wake you up since you were out cold. Well, this is kind of an old method if you ask me. Is that why I'm feeling this burning pain in my face? At least it does wonders. By the way, kid, you fight well, I'll give you that, but you need to work on your willpower. I see you can't stand the sight of blood. I didn't say a thing when I get hit, but you passed out just like that, son. Passed out? I remember being the last one standing. Ugh. Often feels as though he's been whacked in the head by a sledgehammer, erasing what little was left of his vague memories. He now recalls that he did indeed pass out at the sight of blood. Is your head okay? The instructor taps Watanabe's forehead with his knuckles, like a squirrel checking to see if an acorn is ripe. Fine. So what did we make of this match? Well, I wouldn't feel a damn thing even if we count as my win. How about another round? This time I'll enable a peaceful filter. Nope. Let's just call it your win. This what the numbers decisively. Getting dragged into senses. Yolan's first day gave him a real taste. The lack of discipline moral decay that Bellard always talks about. Okay. Here we are. After riding through bumpy roads for hours on end, Watanabe steps off the off-road vehicle transporting new roads. So this is where it all begins. Recalling his resolution, the promise to his father, in the belief he has set out to find. And walked up, Watanabe feeling as the swirling dust around him. Oh my god. You Watanabe, right? However, his ambitious thoughts soon interrupted by an armed wrapping around him from behind. Come on, let's take you to the simulation pods. Let go. Who the hell are you? I'm in charge of this training camp, so you better behave yourself real well, son. Watanabe tries to break free, but finds himself unable to break out of the grapple. He's being locked in, having no choice but to allow himself to be dragged into the simulation pod. Okay, I don't like how that cuts a little bit. Because they updated the font. I like the new font. I like the new font. Just I have a hard time reading. This helps a lot. I don't like when it cuts off a bit there and then continues like a half-written word continues onto the second right word sentence basically. Oh, what was that? I'm sorry. Give it up already? Are you really one of Bellard's soldiers? Is how he trained you? First of all, he told me to always keep a cool head no matter how good I am. Technically, I'm not one of his soldiers, but I assume you know him quite well since you just brought him up. Of course, the medic is here. I heard someone pass out simulation pod and needs help with swelling. When the medic looked at the instructor and Watanabe, he immediately knows what's going on. Try to these names. Thought I've warned you more than once. Did not let new recruits into the simulation pod before undergoing adaptive training. Well, see, kids these days like to play those VR and AR things, right? I thought our simulation pods were kind of like that. And this boy should have gotten used to it by now. Fine, it won't happen again. Seeing the medics increase the grim face, the muscular man quickly changes his tone. Forget it, what's the rookie name? Let's just start first. Watanabe? I'm sorry, Watanabe only recalls who the rookie next to himself is when he says Watanabe's name. Bruce? Violet Bruce. My name is Bruce from Islay Islands. I'm Watanabe from Brute. So you know each other? Well, I guess the algorithm probably messes up thinking we'd end up in the same training camp. Well, let me introduce myself. I'm Backhouse, whatever how you pronounce that. Chief Instructor of the second God of Oasis Training Camp. You can just call me Instructor. He turns to look at Watanabe. As the uniform took from, oh, as the uniform Billard took from me earlier, does it fit? Whew, that's a lot of reading, and there's gonna be more reading. Bless you. Billard is now the only one still standing in the once crowded square. Having listened to Watanabe's eulogy and Billard's awakening declaration, the soldiers returned to their post, waiting for the single fire to burn. Places his hand on the monument that's been through the erosion of rain and time, and wipes the dust away. No matter how sturdy the material, neglected engravings will gradually blur and grow withered. Just how many people swear the names of this monument. This has in the living have turned them into ignorable dust. It won't take long. Now. Billard whispers, his gaze following his fingers, as they trace the withered monument has seemingly passed through the years. His gaze finally stops at the base of the monument, where a short inscription has once been now rusted beyond recognition. World. It won't be long before those deserters face the consequences they deserve. That was okay. I can see my. Okay. Sorry, I needed a bit. I'm out of breath here. Sorry. You want me to step down now? This doesn't. This just doesn't. This isn't just some ordinary hacker attack or terrorist incident. It's something far more unimaginable. Those writing machines are too dangerous, and military-grown functional armor will only become your own iron coffins given the circumstance. How are you supposed to fight a steel torrent? Listen to me and step down already. You're already retired, and there's no need for you to put your life on the line. Think about your daughter, for God's sake. I told you, those motorcycles are unreliable. We only have ourselves to count on at the end of the day, and the boys are just too young to see that. The muscular man on the other side of the line slaps his thigh and says proudly, Marcus, this is some sort of joke. I never thought it was. I mean, the rookies youth these days never waste their time labeling me as an old friend and outdated. I'm not talking about training now. Right now. These young souls barely just grew out of fighting in armor, and you're trying to put them in the initial battles already? Backhouse smiles face as he touches the white stumble that's starting to show from like a groom. The world government still has to figure out who and what the enemy is, right? The Science Council and Cosmic Technicians Union has been analyzing it for 24/7. Results should come soon. I don't know how much science, but one thing is clear to me. Those haywire machines can't be left. Oh my, I hate that. Can't be left unchecked. Whether it's providing analyzable samples for those lab coats or protecting civilians, it requires people. That's what the regular ground forces are for. Why do I have a feeling that this is supposed to have something here, but it's glitched? Oh, what? I thought the youngsters were depended on medical pods and physical armor. I train these kids, I know them better than anyone else. This isn't your responsibility. Marcos waved his hand, cutting Ballard short. I know what you want to say. Before this ulcer falls completely out of sync with the times, let me just do a few things. What exactly is it that you think you can do, though? Time to change. Do you even recognize all these Halo military machines? We ultrators have done one thing on the battlefield. Buying time and space for those who come after us. Right, you're right. We're almost out of sync with the times, which is why it should be us who go at a time like this. The future belongs to the young. As veterans, we have the high time for the new recruits to grow. And you've never seen veterans hide behind rookies, have you? Bro, I was about to say something when a new message stops him short. I gotta go meet up with some of my longtime comrades, shall? Oh, and this one thing before I go. The kid you sent over is indeed promising. I lost a bet this time. But you probably won't get a chance to take my cigars, haha. I was hoping to see you embarrassed. What a shame that you don't have your video on. Okay, that makes sense. Look, I can say. When Billy hears about Bacchus again, he hears nothing more than an incapricious line of words swimming in the sea of countless frontline reports. Former Unity Hero Medal recipient and Oasis 12-second squad Instructor Bacchus passed in the North Plains defense battle. I don't know why I'm venting a lot of just death of characters in this chapter. Instructor, so what's happening now? We've printed new flyers and are distributing them to camps and all instructors. We should be able to see how that goes within a week. But there's still many who can't believe that Boss is dead. And cause of avoid direct conflict with Valois have decreased in synchronicity compared to 6 months, but we haven't completely disappeared. Many of them are veterans who have been Boss for a long time, and their information can be overlooked. We won't give up for watching anyway, but sometimes we do have to be prepared ourselves for the worst case scenario. Protect what you can see first, then consider what lies beyond. It's a ridiculous promise to everyone, and I believe Watanabe should have done the same had he been in my shoes. So, what shall we do next? Continue with the plan. Our morale is at all-time low now, and it wouldn't put it past our enemy to take advantage of the situation to manipulate public opinion against us. Notify all units to be careful around us, spreading doubt, undermining our morale. Roger that. And what do you think? What do we do with the loyalists? I'll personally talk to them. It's normal to have differing opinions, and sometimes it's best to address them directly. However, the army can only follow one command strategy. In the large descent stairs, the clouds have grown thicker, apparently threatening to block the sun forever. The sun is brutal, I can't take it. With the air distorted by the heat waves, a squad of fully armed soldiers approaches through the 70-degree sand. It's so hot, I can barely breathe. Basically, Albert, with his green hair, is the worst in the group, lagging behind and barely keeping up. Thank you there, I'll help lighten your load. Bruce from Islay Islands, known for his good heart and knack for boosting morale, never hesitates to lend a helping hand. Even his clothes are soaked with sweat to the point of forming white salt stains. Bruce, don't push it. You don't want to pass out cold in the desert. The sand can burn you to the phone faster than you scream. Coaches, also from Islay Islands, seem to have known Bruce since childhood, always telling him not to exert himself. 3 Commodores left. Less like to speak as Garza, quiet man. Over the past few days, Watanabe learned that Garza loved mint tea, especially specialty of his hometown. I can't do this anymore. Oh, why did that make me jump? Albert! Jesus, can't you be a little more gentle here, Bruce? Watanabe quickly throws himself under. Albert has a cushion to keep him from falling into the sand dunes. And with it, he gets a real taste of what Curtis meant when he said, "Sand can burn you to the bone faster than you can scream." But I was being gentle already. I should be thankful I know old-fashioned wound treatment and bandaging. Our rules strictly prohibit using medical pods. In the past 11 months, Bacchus rarely followed the manual to train the squad's mental endurance for controlling military functional armor. The schedule was packed with endless drills and combat and shooting practice. Man, Bacchus really needs to up his game and keep up with the times. Don't even get me started with the training conditions, but who in the world still does physical training these days? And anyway, let's use the medical pods when we're hurt. How do you put it again? When you're in dire danger, you have no one else to count on. But yourself. First thing Blackhouse said when the remaining three carried two injured comrades to the field, resting to use the medical pods. I'm sure he has reasons to stop complaining. Alright, now that's taken care. By the way, training's almost over, and then it's off to our units. Yeah. Did you change your mind? Are you still thinking about joining ground force to die in the front lines? They're nearly 11 months ago. These young men have all learned about what they each want to do. Albert Groza one time chose to be mercenaries, while Bruce and Cote chose ground force. Bruce was applied to the Air Force for further training, but was repeatedly rejected due to his performance in the balance tests. Bruce never told anyone wanting me to decision, though Cotes, who also came from Islay Islands, seems to have known something. Watson never pries into things people don't want to share. I'm not gonna die. I'm going so that people die. Enough about me. What about you? I'm going to be a mercenary once training ends. I'll probably end up as a bodyguard for some rich people. And his voice changed with self-mockery. Being wealthy and free, huh? Exactly. Money and survival. That's what humans live for. And here I thought it would be because it couldn't stand the sight of too much blood. Then you get sick when you do. It says Bruce has his undisclosed reasons. Watanabe also keeps his own secrets. Are you that kind, or are you just a chicken? I'm just not used to it. Once I'm on the battlefield, I'll be fine. During a time as peaceful as this, Watanabe can't seem to find the answers he seeks. I'll look forward to that day then. It's pretty long. Commander, I need you to review this proposal to modify the starship with a zero-point engine. This is top secret. It wasn't sent through the terminal. Shin takes the thick stack of documents. Yep. I start flipping through while raising a question. I thought the Fusending test for Reactor 1 was scheduled for next month. Are you sure we aren't submitting this proposal a little too early? The agent team seems confident in the project's success. If it weren't for the spaceport's no alcohol policy, they might have. Sorry, sir. An officer celebrating a champagne when the reactor was completed last month. Speaking of which, please deal with the crew members who smuggled vodka onto the starship as soon as possible. I thought it was dealt with last week. They must have a few more with distilled vodka this time. I'll handle it later. What's the engineering systems team's reason for wanting to start modification so early? They claim that adding the zero-point engine's output port isn't a big project. With the Eden 2 blueprint as a reference, everything can be modeled after that colonial ship. Since a starship built for defense is structurally simpler than one of the Pioneers, this modification will be even easier. Well, they most likely just don't want to fall too far behind Eden 2. I mean, they see themselves as the Pioneers of space travel. They still have quite some pent up. But is that supposed to be pent up? As such, they are convinced by the design of Eden 2. And because of that, I can't approve of this proposal. So are we going to just reject it? However, considering that the Starship fleet will be responsible for guarding Eden 2, I will present this modification plan at the next general meeting. They'll be happy to hear the news. Tell them not to celebrate just yet, because the fleet isn't just going to be modified entirely overnight. Also, here's the new disciplinary notice you mentioned earlier. Take it and confine the repeat offenders. Roger that. After the lieutenant leaves, Shin looks out to the porthole. Rolling before him is the Great Wall of Space built by humans, an 18,750-kilometer long spaceport around the orbit. Hundreds of thousands of soldiers, technicians, and logistic personnel moving back and forth on the spaceport, maintaining, operating, and upgrading 30 space starships. In the lower orbit are multifunctional satellites, 240 in total, serving as humanity's eyes, ears, and mouths, relaying quintillions of information and establishing a connection between space and Earth. These satellites, spaceports, and starships form a ring, keeping the mother planet within humanity's grasp. The mother planet was once both a cradle and a cage for humanity, fighting everyone to the ground with gravity in the ecosystem. But humanity is about to conquer it. Humanity's current achievements are just the prelude to 0-point energy. I have a feeling it's going to go badly. Hey, what are you looking at, tall guy? Uh-huh. The tall, fully armored soldier is taken by spies when spoken to. Data can't see the soldier's face underneath this, but the gentleman by his side faithfully displays his reaction. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to scare you. The researcher at the space station are already used to how quiet he is, relying on his drone to communicate. Kinda cute. As the years working together, researchers already know so well that they aren't what he means with a single face expression. Yeah, starts facing out. Facing out. You gotta stop spacing out. You'd have been in deep trouble if you were the security chief. Hey, tall guy. See, it's your turn to guard this place again tonight. Nice! The passing researcher gives him a high five. Technically, the International Space Station doesn't seem to need security personnel, which is why the entire space security department consists of only 3 people. Besides the security, they also handle sanitation, transportation, and miscellaneous tasks. There isn't much to do, and with his naturally friendly personality, Tall quickly becomes acquainted with all researchers and becomes something of a mascot. You came to like this sort of spot by the portal. Is it because you can see the spaceport? What, do you find the space station too boring and want to fly to be a Starship crew member? Alright, stop teasing him. Tall guy, writing to the lab. We should have lunch together. After you leave, the alien soldier looks out the porthole again. He isn't actually looking at the starships or the spaceport, but at space itself. The girl who wants to describe spacewalking to him had said this. It's like floating in water, but without the omnipresent pressure squeezing your body and organs. Hurtful, unrestrained. He wonders what it really feels like, and whether he'd ever get a chance to experience it. Aww. Oh. Smash, 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 smash. Grisel's dim blue light shines on Nighthar's face. A flickering no light and a quintillion calculations done. With the last character entered, Grisel completes another self-check. Let's see, half an hour ago. I think I'll just rest here for a while. I guess nearby cable. Nara looks at the brain of the Golden Age. And its massive contents procure. Sorry. So stuff that's stuck in my throat. Integrates almost all of humanity's knowledge and information. For the Starship blueprints solutions for the chicken and rabbit puzzle. All of human civilization's wisdom stored in one place. Supported by its immense computing power, the operations of the Golden Age society became orderly. From the construction of 0-point reactors to birthday greetings to persistence, Grisel can be seen supporting all social operational mechanisms. Which is why people also call it the miracle of humanity. And now, with this powerful computer power, Project 0-point energy is about to leap from people to reality. This idol will soon become humanity's first miracle. The researchers, however, don't think that Gestalt will hold the star permanently because they're sure that new miracles are down the road when humans enter a new interstellar domain. Better check it again. Nithard heard out the alarm, she said, and stands up again. The dim blue eye flashes warm, renewing the death internally. This is a long node. Oh, see. Okay. Might have to extend my resolution thing, but I like this window because because it's easier to manage things. So that's all like that. It's my end, it's not the game's end. Hopefully, it's the game's end. They need to fix that. But yeah, you rascals better not disgrace me with me and your new units. I can't breathe. Bruce, move over a bit. We're asking for the impossible. Damn, can't push him away. How strong is this guy exactly? I stopped struggling a while ago. I'm gonna try it again. Buckhouse wraps his muscular arms around them, hugging them tightly. 5 heads, different colors, are squeezed together, like the folds on a bund, each showing varying degrees of pain. Today marks the last day of training for Watanabe and his team. Their long year training at the camp has come to an end, and it's time for everyone to part ways. Alright, for this moment, as I say, I'm heading to the HQ to get you all something special. Just before Abbott passes out, Backhouse lets go of his arm and vanishes in a flash. I thought I was gonna die. Here, have some mint tea. Thank you. Abbott accepts the canteen from Garza. Bruce pats his back to help him catch his breath. With the green hair, you may have hard time catching the eye of those rich folk. It's not too late to switch careers. Cochise sounds harsh but sincere. No, like you and Bruce, I'm prepared to join the ground force. Our army is 100 times tougher than the mercenaries. Plus, there's the elimination process. I'm serious. But you're just barely getting by the way you are. Albert takes a big gulp of mint tea and lets out a deep breath. Brickhouse is quite the maverick, places a strong emphasis on how we do on the physical tasks. But most of the regular army cares more than about whether we know how to operate the military functional army. I said the alternate look at the warehouse for functional armor is stored. A thin layer of sand has accumulated in front of the door, a sign that hasn't been opened for quite some time. Actually, this Backhouse gave me this piece of advice. He's actually a big fan of functional armor, but he gave me this piece of advice anyways. When you notice how tough my neural resilience is. No much to suck, but Backhouse never got me, and it made life easier for me. Garrison, I better not tell him what I said, because he made it clear that he didn't want me to bring up special treatment to anyone. Why y'all looking at me like that? He told you? I take it that he did the same thing to you guys too. Was it just 2 days ago? Yep, verbatim. Wait. Watanabe places a hand on Albert's shoulder and says earnestly, Greenhead, Backhouse doesn't dole out special treatment to trust anyone. He only does it with his subordinates. He uses his apply for the Navy. Garza speaks in a muffled voice before adding a remark. Interesting how he thought I could lay it out at the tea when he. I hate yawning. Answering a thought I could live out and see when he's only seen me living in this desert. His advice to me was similar. 2 days ago, he approached me and asked if I wanted to try applying for the Air Force. He said there's generally no choice of seeing blood, except I think that statement's probably only half true. Bruce, what about you? Bruce hesitates for a few seconds before he speaks. He said I'd fare just fine going anywhere except the Air Force. Bruce breaks into a worried smile. Bruce, with it, the air seems to grow heavy because they all know how badly Bruce wants to get into Air Force. Only Bruce himself and Cody, however, know what's driving Bruce's deception. Piece of advice is nothing more than a piece of advice. No, nobody says you need to do as told. You have to walk your own path. What Blackheart said to me makes a lot of sense, though. I'll give it some serious thought. I'll go pack my things first. After Bruce leaves, the remaining three turn to look at Cody's. Don't look at me like that. There are some things I can't explain. Oh my god. Sorry. I got out of breath easy. Ask Bruce yourself if you're that curious. How did you know I was here? There are footsteps behind a Bruce asks without turning around. There aren't many places around here for sightseeing, so it wasn't hard to find you. Oh, and Cody saw you heading this way, of course. I see you picked up Blackheart's sense of humor here. Well, he's not back yet, and he can't hear us, so did you find it funny? I tried to tell a joke is more amusing. Then I won't tell any more jokes going forward. Watanabe sits down next to Bruce and hands him another canteen. Here's Garza's mint tea. I'll have to thank him when we get back. Bruce opens the canteen, and the rising steam carries the fresh scent of mint into the night sky. You're welcome. Garza told me to say that because he knew you'd thank him. Guess I did ruin the fun for you guys back there, huh? Bruce smiles, deprecatingly. I can't English. Yeah, Greenhead thinks it's all because he started it. And he feels too guilty to come find you. I tried to talk him out of it. So, Watanabe, why don't you come here? Bruce sits down at the canteen and looks up at the sky. I'm just here to give you the tea. Whether I stay or not is up to you. Let me tell you a story. I have this friend who... Silence falls over the conversation. You know what, forget it. At this point, there's no need to hide anything. Bruce looks embarrassed, which is really uncommon. Watanabe, would you find someone a coward for taking the same path their parents did? What was it belief that Mom left behind? Out of so many people in the world, why did it have to be her? Well, thank you, Dad. I understand, Mom, of all people. I trust that you can answer that question. But I think this fall experience will always stand between us, no matter how hard you try to explain it to me. Which is why I figured that if I become a soldier, even just as a mercenary, I'd come closer to understanding Ron. I think there's no right or wrong in pursuing something, just a process and not the end goal. Have you heard of the story where there's a bunch of monkeys trying to scoop up the moon from the water? I mean the story where the monkeys form a ladder up a tree with their bodies to try and scoop the moon's reflection out of the water? Whether it was 7 or 8 monkeys, whether it was a well or a puddle, I can't remember. I don't remember if there were 7 or 8, but the point is that they end up with nothing. But it makes sense that those monkeys end up with nothing when they never have what it takes to get the real moon. Do you think you're one of those monkeys? Well, I suppose you know what this moon I'm chasing is, right? I'm trying to go down the same path my dad went down. He was an aegis pilot. I've admired him since I was a child and aspired to be like him. I'm not one of those people who think they just have to do something to outshine their dads because they think their dads are such hot shots. I mean, I do want to be greater than my dad too, but it's just because I want to be great. He told me what it feels like to soar through the sky, and I want to get a taste of what that feels like too. I want to make him proud. But, you know, I don't have the talent. No matter how much I train, I've never gotten my sense of balance back up to snuff. And it dawned on me quite a while ago that I just didn't have what it takes. When my dad stopped teaching me maneuvers and techniques so I wouldn't get overstressed. So I kept asking myself if he'd given up on me and if I should just give up. He reached out his hand and was trying to, as if trying to grasp the bright moon in the sky. But I guess it's all starting to make sense now. I'm not wasting time trying to scoop the moon from the water when I know it's the mission. When it's mission. Okay. The two fall silent, taking their time to judge those words. They might have come from different backgrounds, but right at this moment they find themselves in such similar circumstances. One of them tries to go down the same path his father did, knowing full well that he doesn't have the talent it takes. Another tries to understand his mother's will, which he finds difficult, living in a world so peaceful. Could it be that Bruce is right for thinking that we're going anywhere? If you resolve to move past your ruins, never forget they existed and that you're doing this to move toward the future. Given the wrong voice. Autonomously, he suddenly recalls what his father said on his birthday. He didn't quite understand what his father meant then, because Bruce struggling now, Watanabe seems to have reached an eureka at a moment all of a sudden. Like somebody in the sky, no matter where you are, it always shines equally in the eyes of those who gaze upon it. Well, can't really say you don't have a point there. Boy, you honest son of a... But I don't mean that you're wrong for wanting to go down that path, for wanting to pursue that light that is. Watanabe strings his thoughts into words, trying to get his message across. Rejoice the moon in the water because it's beautiful. It is beautiful in itself. There's nothing wrong with wanting to get closer to it. That sounds like someone. That sounds like what someone would say to themselves when they don't have what it takes to get what they want. Well, he raises his fist as if capturing the moon in the sky. I don't think you need to have an end goal in sight when you try to pursue the moon. As his fist opens, the moonlight, which he was blocking with the sand, shines into his eyes through his fingers. It'll always be there, whether you try to pursue it or not. Never lost, never hidden, always shining. If the moon in the water is a reflection of its light, that means this light that shines upon us is now the very same moonlight, no? As someone that you don't, as long as you don't turn away and walk into darkness, no matter what we do, we'll always be in the light. Watanabe finally sees that his mother was. Watanabe finally sees that his mother has left behind more than just epitaphs indeed in the cemetery where she rests in peace. The steadfast belief echoes today, that's the name of his frame. And when Watanabe overcame his fears and chose to join the army, that belief was passed down. He now sees that he doesn't need to be in his mother's shoes to understand it, nor does he need to arrive at the same end she did. As long as he keeps his head straight and keeps heading down the same path. You're only saying this because you owned up to the failure that you were. It's hard to let someone go when you've already come to invested in it. I need to learn from you as far as that goes. He closes his eyes and remains silent for a moment, shouldering eternally. But I'll give it a try. I'll start talking by talking to my father again. Thank you, Watanabe. I'm gonna say the same. They exchange glances and raise their canteens. Cheers. They choke on the hot water in their canteens. Let's go. The ignition ceremony of the 0-point reactor is taking place today. I don't really know what it's all about. People have all gathered around the big screen. Let's go and join the fun. A bit higher, yes, just like that. That's it. Any higher and I'll hit the ceiling. Alright, stop micromanaging. See, the poor tall guys will just say no because of you. And again, say that again after you get off his left arm. In the cafeteria of the International Space Station, a huge projector screen is showing the first edition of the 0-point reactor. Almost everyone on the space station, regardless of their duty or how busy they are, has gathered here. What are these guys doing out here when they're usually preferred to rot in the lab? No one wants to miss the ignition, I presume. Thanks to these two, the two arrived late because their shift had to I had to ask Tall Guy to lift him up. Say, why not just switch the cabin to zero gravity mode? Pretty sure we'd be able to use the space more efficiently that way. Forget it, you're not going to rebalance the gravity field afterwards, are you? Shh. The countdown is starting. I have a bad feeling. Because what could go wrong? This is Splendier. Area A2 is all clear. Area B2, all clear. One stealth drone shot down in Area C1. Anomalies cleared, all cleared. A total of 26 monitoring zones completely cover the area within 2 kilometers of Reactor 1. State Intelligence Bureau has deployed half of its forces to ensure the ignition is free from interference. Continuous reports streaming to the command vehicle through the communication channels. As the newly appointed director of the Security Intelligence Bureau personally oversees the operation. Stay sharp and keep an eye out for the surroundings, especially the areas covered in vegetation. We don't want to let anyone in who's trying to wreak havoc here. My allergies are killing me. I thought you'd be in front rows. You'd be in the front rows for something like this. I was going to, except my secretary couldn't handle all the paperwork. This will surely be one of those where it gets us take it to the grave, right? Trillard opens a bottle of red wine. The label still intact and pours it into 2 goblets. Fancy glass? I didn't know you drank. Well, now you do. Just a day with surveying. 1 glass shouldn't get me drunk, right? Trillard checks the alcohol content again. I even consulted a doctor about this one. Don't waste the doctor's time with silly questions. They still work tomorrow. Work ain't gonna stop just because I'm celebrating. Trillard raises his glass. To tomorrow, to tomorrow. They're doing this is gonna stop. The bad is gonna happen. The bad is gonna happen very badly soon. Bad English. The shattered glass clanking echoes crisply in the liquid swirls under the light. I don't like this model. It feels too weird. Brother, can you hear me? What is it? I have something to. Hey, Bruce. Hey, Bruce. Oh. Oh shit. Well, okay. I'm gonna tell you what. This will be the last one today since I've really streamed for an hour. So we're gonna do this one. Oh, this is gonna suck. To the safe, Billard still remembers that fateful day. At first, when the lights went out and communications was silent, and the machine shut down, people thought it was just a massive power overload or a major electromagnetic interference. However, when the blue light turned crimson, the rebooted machines bared fangs. Humanity finally realized what they were up against. Had already missed their chance for self-rescue. 50 measures became the danger zone. Hayward armor turned into coffins for the soldiers, and crazed drones hunt down every living thing within the camera's view. When Billard led the security team armed with non-dozen light weapons and encountered the scattered crowd, they realized the area around the reactor had become a death zone. The red plague spreading from the reactor core not only drove machines mad, but it could also dissolve flesh. Yet, more than half the people hadn't managed to escape. They were either possibly dead or still hiding some temporary safe room where the red plague would eventually come for and devour them. Wearing the last remaining perceptions, Billard led the social squad into the red zone. For 3 hours, this is as much time as they had to save the day. Because after that, even protective suits would lose their effectiveness, and the distance one could move before being killed by the red plague has shrunk to just 10 meters, rendering the operation meaningless. Billard had to use his remaining 3 fingers to signal a threat retreat. In the rescue, he lost his entire hand, half of his left hand, and his right calf. Moreover, his vocal cords, respiratory tract, and his organs were severely damaged. Of his 68 members who formed the Suicide Squad, only 4 survived. Ironically, they only managed to save 4 people. When he was released from the brink of death, he learned that his close friend was about to head to the front lines. He didn't try to dissuade him. Checked up to here. Got it. Really breaking from his position, stands up and walks towards the door. I'm going to try and talk them out of it. Undeniably, would never forget those days. On the 3rd day of communication blackout, Blackhouse returned from headquarters with bad news. It seemed that the communication blackout wasn't just at the Oasis plants, but something that was happening on a global scale. Worst of all, none of the 240 satellites in orbit were operational, and people believed that something had gone awry when zero point energy was initiated. All training programs paused, everyone went into wartime mode, and the supplies came under wartime control. Defense lines were erected, patrol was organized, and potential attacks prepared for. Through his efforts of the tech soldiers, they finally received the first broadcast from the world aside on a new frequency. They learned about the new virus called the Punishing, what it was capable of. That day, all tech equipment, including functional armor, was destroyed, leaving only non-pleasant life events and a few old howitzers for his scientific demonstrations. The camp's defensive capabilities were reduced by over 90%. Communication was basically restored, establishing naval contact with headquarters and command. However, during the time without communication, humanity suffered heavy losses fighting on their own. The corrupted machines died at humanitarian at an alarming rate. Sorry. Victor Blackhouse was summoned to the northern front and never returned. The Oasis Guard received orders to advance to the snowy plains to rescue trapped civilians. Guarding a large number of corrupted, the recon team ran out of ammo and all perished. During the rescue, acting leader Bruce single-handedly held off the corrupted for 6 hours and died a hero. He no longer got the chance to say what he wanted to his father. Nice. I mean, it's sad, but like, it's a funny day. The trapped civilians were successfully relocated to City 173. Acting leader Watanabe determined that with the current manpower and equipment, they could no longer hold the camp and applied change course to the nearby City 175 to seek supplies and search for survivors. The plan was approved. The Oasis Guard arrived at City 175 and began searching for supplies and survivors. They found a large amount of open supplies, food, and medicine. After dispatching some members to escort these back to safety, Watanabe continued to lead the remaining members to search for survivors. To their surprise, they discovered a factory occupied by the Punishing that was pumping out corrupted machines. They managed to blow up the factory through a stealth operation, but the operation hurt much of the corrupted in the city. On the retreat, they came across 2 survivors, one of whom was a child. "21-year-old." My nose is so stuffy right now. It's that time this season. You know, it's that time of like allergies. Come on. Combat computer. That wasn't translated. Quiet, Captain is still sleeping. Oh, sorry. Yep, it's not much sense. We're surrounded by the. I like what they're doing here. Since we're surrounded by corrupted, attracted over by the explosion. What's the situation? Not many corrupted ahead. We can evacuate through the drivers. They have. My siege is finally going to end. What's up? Can we finally get out? Not many corrupted ahead. That's the best chance. They've definitely kind of just upped the budget here. Great, great. Stop making noises, stomach. Gotta hold it. Don't. Didn't I just give you some? Okay, I didn't remember that. It's fine. You can have mine. It's got nothing left. You. It's fine. Take it. Thank you, Watanabe. Let's go cover the civilian retreat. We're safe for now. Stay sharp. Oh, it's corrupted. Let's distract it. After you go with the citizens first. Help your teammates. The corrupted seem totally. Oh god. Okay. I'm just gonna escort them. We can go faster. I'm sorry, guys. Right behind me. Knew it. Thank you, Bob. Go with him. I've got to see my teammates. Don't sleep down. Wake up. Why can't you just wake up? Then just whistle. You. We've brought enough time, right? Oh. They died with dignity. What is this place? Just take it. Has it inside of a mirror. Who are you? Doesn't matter. Maybe it's not the right time. It's so sports art. Here's again. We still have it here. Huh? Okay, we're fighting this thing then. Zian, we bought enough time, right? Bring it on. It's gonna be the illusion of Troy saying it. Here, Captain. Bro came in like All Might. Sorry, I have a skill issue. Let me go on you, Captain. Yeah, go meet up with the others. Captain, huh? It still happened. The guards came over and stormed that place. We couldn't save them. Times you just can't be in two places at once. And I feel this is quite common. Much I regrets. Okay. Still doesn't. You try and keep failing. That's be the way you save everyone. Hey, you end up picking the most irrational path. Come here. I alone am enough. Bring it on, I can do this all day. I have skill issue, please understand. I have skill issue, please understand. Okay, this frame is just ass. I'm sorry, Watanabe. Am I dying? To some extent, yes. How or is it? Doesn't matter. As it appears that my death would be meaningful. Sometimes things don't change due to individual will. We always dream of sacrificing ourselves for the best result and end up proving okay. Life holds many regrets, sometimes we have to accept it. Our own small will is small, but we have okay. Still fail. You guys. Don't worry yourself, Captain. Somebody found a perfect and a bunch of bad choices. I can leave behind when you trust the stake, Whatever, thank you for saving that kid. I believe that kid will grow up and be good on your influence. Help him face the reality. Paul Silence teetered on the brink of collapse before the body could become ethereal. The pain came first, so this is the truth. His knees quickly became feeble. Having found a way, the blood in his body pours towards his chest. Yet back then I wasn't yet. Only one thing could have happened when you are basically corrupted of that size. Death. Not so life, because after this, as this thought went through his head, his hands having gone numb felt the weight and warmth of the young life that was holding tightly in his arms. Right, at least I need to get him out. Suddenly, desperate cries filled the air. Mr. Watanabe, don't die, don't die! Small hand pressed against the gaping wound in his chest, but couldn't stop the wind from passing through. Is it really wind? The blood. It won't stop. It's all my fault. You did it all just for me. I'm sorry. Don't apologize. I did it because this is our responsibility. A bomb I made to myself. You have done the same thing, no? The same, no? And it was then that Watanabe noticed 5 blurry shadows behind him, one with a severed arm. Bruce, did you come to get me? He could hear the child's cries as death stood slightly behind him. A gaze of both the living and dead focused on Watanabe, teetering on the edge of life and death. With it, he made his choice. Just let me finish this at least. He tried to lift his cold legs, breaking out of his chaotic thoughts. The moment his decision was made. Don't go to regaining consciousness from a brief daze, he saw the kid picking up stones and hurling them forcibly behind him. But not until this, but a few broken, corrupted. Run. Watanabe's lips moved, producing a faint sound, while the sound of blood gushing through his veins echoed through his ear. The laugh gradually left him and returned to the last word. Go away, go away. And the kid's anger was tinged with fear and trembling. Run. Even if it's just you. As the sound of a dragon on the ground grew closer, the child went from trembling with anger to looking on with fear. He dropped the stone and grabbed Watanabe's hand, trying to drag him away. But how in the world was a starving child supposed to move an adult? Someone please save him. Get down. Watanabe's eyes closed before a gunfire drowned that voice. He couldn't be more familiar with. Okay, with that, I'm going to have to end stream because my earbuds are dying. But I will do more. I will do this on Wednesday around the same time. So hopefully you guys enjoyed some of my progress. It's very interesting. I didn't expect it to be like that, but yeah. I really have a lot of thoughts, but the budget went up a lot and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you.